His state of mind is fine. If you went to the gridiron last night, which I did and others did, he was very relaxed. He was self-deprecating. He had some very good humorous lines. I don't see any problem with his behavior at all.
Well, on Saturday night, in his first appearance at that aforementioned gridiron dinner, Donald Trump made his best attempt to be funny in the tradition of nearly every U.S. president who's attended the annual media event. But between the self-deprecating jokes and the lighthearted roasts of Trump's favorite targets in politics and the media was this below-the-belt jab at Congresswoman Maxine Waters. Quote, Maxine Waters, he must be impeached. That's all she knows how to say. He must be impeached, impeached. But he's done nothing wrong. Doesn't matter, they say, what he's done wrong. What has he done wrong? I don't know. You got to be impeached. And then I say, I get in trouble for this, she has to immediately take an IQ test. Let's see what the Congresswoman thinks about that. So joining me now is Congresswoman Maxine Waters. Now, Congresswoman, we're relying on what people who were at the gridiron dinner said, that Donald Trump said, the transcript from inside that room. Your response to what apparently he said about you.
Well, you know, this president has been called stupid. He has been called ignorant. And even his Secretary of State did not deny that he called him a moron. And so he has no credibility. He has been name-calling. He's been saying all kinds of things. And I certainly expected him to come out with some racist remarks about me. So he did exactly what I expect him to do. And by the way, I'm told he wasn't funny at all.
You know, in addition to that, he apparently also, and you represent the great state of California, a district in the great state of California, and he reportedly also said that Nancy Pelosi has been trying to come up with a line as good as lock her up. And that her line, says Donald Trump, that she announced last week is mow the grass. Mow the freaking grass. That isn't going to stop MS-13. Mow that freaking grass. That sounds like an aspersion or a slap at immigrants, at Mexican Americans. At least that's how I'm reading it. How do you read it?
We know where you brought us from.
Well, you know, the hearing is a little bit difficult. I'm here in Selma, where we've come to commemorate Dr. Martin Luther King's death and to march across the Edmund Pettus Bridge with John Lewis and those who were the victims of Bloody Sunday. I don't know exactly what you were explaining that he said about Nancy Pelosi or California, but let me just repeat. I have never in my entire career seen a president talked about the way this president is talked about. He's called a liar by everybody. As a matter of fact, it has been documented that he told over 2,000 lies in the 1 year that he's been president. In addition to that, I just talked about how his staff talks about him behind his back, and even his appointees to his cabinet. And so whether he's disparaging Nancy Pelosi or Maxine Waters or the state of California, it is time for the Republicans to stand up and take the responsibility for protecting this country and be on point to get rid of this president. This president needs to be impeached. It is absolutely clear to me, and it will be proven, that he has colluded with Russia, and he's obstructed justice before our very eyes. And so he can't be funny. Nobody really thinks very much of him. This is a president that has no respect, and so we don't really care what he says. The most important thing this country can do now is impeach this president and make sure we get rid of him and get ready for Pence in 2020 and make sure that we're going to vote us in someone that we can respect, someone who's deserving of the presidency and the White House, because this president certainly is not. And I'm not going to stop calling for his impeachment. I'm going to keep on doing it in every speech that I give because I believe in it, and I believe that America deserves better. He has no values, no good values. This man's character is one that we cannot endure any longer. And so I hope that gets to what you were trying to ask me, even though I have not heard you very clearly. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to repeat over and over again what I've said constantly about him.
Thank you so much, Congresswoman Maxine Waters. Thank you. We really appreciate your time. You're there in Selma. So thank you very much. I appreciate you, Congresswoman. And Tiffany.